My project, Couchgres Migrate, is a tool for small to medium scale migrations from PostgreSQL to Couchbase 7.0 with a flexible and easily customizable approach using JSON files. The mapping between the two databases is as follows. The PostgreSQL server maps to the Couchbase cluster and the database to the bucket. The schema and tables map to the newly added scopes and collections, and finally, the row maps to each individual document. I am going to be demonstrating the project with a small example. These are the tables in my PostgreSQL instance. This is my Couchbase bucket right now. It's named travel sample and it has 0 records. Configuring the parameters in the config files is the first step. This is my Couchbase config file. I am running Couchbase as a container and hence I have a container name parameter. The next part is configuring the PostgreSQL config. This is my PostgreSQL config with the host port and the connection credentials. Now, the next part involves representing the data to be migrated in a JSON file. I am going to run a script to represent it as a JSON. This represents the JSON. As you can see, the table names are the same as the ones in the instance I had shown earlier. Public is the name of the scope, and here public.authors represents public scope authors collection, public scope books collection, and so on and so forth. The next part involves migrating this data to the bucket, again by running a script. As you can see, it is creating the scope and the collection. Here is a view of my bucket as it happens. It gives a real-time status of the various documents being uploaded and the failure or success status for each collection. This goes on till all the documents in the PostgreSQL instance are migrated. This is about the other utility offered by Couchgres, migrating from an earlier version of Couchbase to 7.0. The data to be migrated is stored in a collection default in the default scope. The data migration after organization is to be specified in a JSON file. This is how my file looks. The new scope will be public scope, and key is the field based on which the collections will be divided. The collections are collection 2, and France specifies that the value of the key of the country field will be France, and in collection 3 the value of the country field will be United Kingdom. The config parameters for Couchbase are set the same way as discussed earlier. This time, only a single config file needs to be modified. Migration will involve running a single script. And in the interest of time, I am now showing you the finished results post-migration. This is public scope and collection 2. As you can see, all the fields have the country as France. We now have collection 3, in which all the fields will have country United Kingdom. Here. Thank you.